Haaland triple captain goes down as a success, and a score of 88 points has earned a rise up to 337,000. Bringing Gabriel in a week early paid off after his stoppage time winner at St James's Park. The Brazilian made a game week high 19 defensive contributions to help seal 3 bonus points. In midfield, it was only the newly transferred in Semenyo who delivered, scoring his 4th goal of the season in a 2-2 draw with Leeds. Bruno Fernandes saw his penalty saved by Kevin Kelleher, as Man United reverted to type in a disappointing defeat at Brentford. Up top, Erling Haaland had squandered a number of good chances against Burnley, and it looked like it wasn't going to be his day. But the Norwegian scored 2 late goals to turn the triple captain into a roaring success. Selling Ollie Watkins naturally meant the Villa striker had to end his goal drought, but Jarrod Bowen also found the net, for a 3rd time in 4 matches, as Nuno Espirito Santo's first match in charge of West Ham ended in a draw. So let's look ahead to the transfer plans for Game Week 7. Fantasy Football Hub's AI recommends selling Florian Wirtz as the priority, with my 1 free transfer, with Foden and Mbeumo the suggested replacements. I do like both of them as short-term targets, facing Brentford and Sunderland up next, but I'm not convinced by either of them in the medium to long term. You can get personalised AI transfers for your FPL team with 50% off via the link in the description. Jarrod Bowen's form leaves me questioning the decision to remove him for Viktor Gyokeres, which has been my planned transfer for a while now. The Hammers have some decent fixtures after their trip to Arsenal in Game Week 7 as well. But I still think Gyokeres has shown enough promise to stick to the plan. He's got West Ham, Burnley and Sunderland in the next 5 game weeks, and a much higher ownership than Bowen, so it feels like the right move to protect my recent rank gains. With Dewsbury-Hall picking up an incredibly unfortunate 5th yellow card of the season, he'll now serve a 1-match ban, and I'll either need to bring Wirtz back into the 11, or cut my losses and finally sell the underperforming German for a hit. I wouldn't be against taking a -4 if there was a standout option to buy in that price range. I like Ismail Assar, but I'm not convinced the hit pays off before Everton, Bournemouth and Arsenal. Ndiaye and Kudus are the template picks, but both feel a little uninspiring. And then there's Ebere Eze, who impressed in a central role against Newcastle. If I could be sure he'd get enough minutes and would be playing centrally, that would be a no-brainer, but those are still question marks for the time being. So I'm reluctantly leaning towards holding Wirtz, as crazy as that might sound. But I'll monitor both his and Eze's minutes in midweek, and then evaluate their chances of starting at the weekend, before making a final decision. As it stands, Bowen to Gyokeres remains the plan, and here's how the team is set to line up. It hasn't been a great start for Ange Postecoglou, whose first 5 matches in charge of Forest have resulted in 0 wins, 3 defeats and 2 draws. But they can take some encouragement from the fact that Newcastle have produced the fewest expected goals of any side in the past 4 game weeks. Crystal Palace ended Liverpool's unbeaten start, overcoming a controversial equaliser that came after Salah appeared to handle the ball in the build-up. 3 goals conceded by the Eagles this season is the joint fewest tally, along with Arsenal. I'm expecting a recall for Pedro Porro after he was rested against Wolves. The right-back is yet to register an assist this season, but remains top among defenders for key passes with 10, and has attempted a leading 41 crosses as well. Arsenal have restricted opponents to a league-low 3 big chances in the opening 6 game weeks. West Ham failed to create a big chance in their first match under Nuno Espirito Santo, and have mustered up a total of just 5 across the season, the lowest in the league. Still the top scoring midfielder, Antoine Semenyo has played a direct hand in 6 of his team's 8 goals so far. Only Gakpo and Mbeumo have attempted more shots among midfielders. Fulham have given up 8 big chances in the past 4 game weeks, with just 4 teams faring worse. Holding Florian Wirtz would be more down to the lack of alternatives than any real confidence in him at this point. But the German came the closest he's been to scoring so far against Palace last weekend, when he was denied by Dean Henderson from close range. Hindered by suspensions and injuries, Chelsea have shipped a joint leading 7 goals in the past 3 game weeks, where only Burnley have faced more expected goals. Among Man City teammates, Tijani Reinders ranked second to Haaland for shots in the past 4 game weeks, while his 5 key passes can only be beaten by Doku. In the same spell, Brentford have conceded 8 goals, with only Man United and Burnley allowing more. The last 2 game weeks have seen Joao Pedro fail to take a single shot, but Chelsea were down to 10 men for large parts of both matches. Meetings with Sunderland, Wolves and Burnley in the next 6 game weeks make the Brazilian a difficult sell. Along with Gyokeres, Bruno Fernandes offers up competition for the captain's armband, ahead of Sunderland's visit to Old Trafford. As disappointing as his second penalty miss of the campaign was, he's still generated an impressive 10 key passes in the past 4 game weeks, only trailing Doku and Grealish. But there's no real temptation to look beyond Erling Haaland, after he found the net for a 4th successive game. The Norwegian's 7.4 expected goals this season is more than twice the amount of any other player, and he hasn't even taken a penalty yet. This team comes in at 95% on Fantasy Football Hub's team rating tool. You can check out your own team's score for free via the link in the description. Sign up today to get 50% off and your money back if you don't win your mini league. T&Cs apply, and the offer ends soon, so click the link below now to take advantage. All the data included in this video is available on the Hub Opta Stats tool.